Hello and welcome to Southland Conference Basketball here, brought to you by the Southeastern Sports Network. Today we have a juicy matchup. The visiting Central Arkansas Sugar Bears will be taking on your home Lady Lions, both coming into the 4-5 Southland record. Your announcers for this game are myself, Adam Cortez, and my co-host Tyler Thomas, who will be doing color commentary. So Tyler, there are some big implications for this game. Go ahead, talk to me about them.
Yeah, so the winner of this game will take over the 7th spot in the standings for the Southland, and that's important because the top 8 make it to the tournament, I believe. So it's a huge game with tournament implications, and it's a lot on the line for Southeastern. You know, a big homestand coming up, so they have a lot that they can improve on. They can make, and they can add some.
A little bit of meat to their resume. Yeah, a little momentum.
Sure.
And for this Southeastern team, they've been building momentum recently. They're riding a 2-game winning streak. They're looking to make it 3. This opens a 3-game homestand. So how important is it going to be for this Southeastern Louisiana women's team to build momentum and make that charge for the conference, especially given that some players are young, some players are older?
Yeah, well, it's extremely important. I mean, you look, we got seniors, and we got all kinds of players that are going to be going and leaving. But this season is important.
Right.
You know, it's a building block. It's Ayla's second season as head coach.
Right.
So they've got a lot to build on. It's very important that they get this victory tonight and start. And it'd be awesome if we could get all 3 wins in this homestand. It's not, it may not happen, but it's very important that we try and we use this game as the momentum block for the next couple.
Right, and Southeastern has they found the way that they want to play recently. They're a tough, gritty team. They have a couple senior leaders. Celica Sterling has been she's been great all year, 13.7 points per game. The senior, they definitely want to play well for her. This is her last season in Hammond, and she's just been great. They have 3 players over 10 points a game. Talk to me a little bit about the balance that this offense, the difficulty that they bring in guarding them.
Yeah, well, that's incredibly important because a lot of double teams, a lot of defenses. You have people on the court at all times that are able to score the ball.
Yes.
And if you spread that out and you get people in each spot on the court, that's incredibly important to the progression of the game, scoring points, winning. It's incredibly important.
Right, and they play with hustle as well, so you can't they're not just going to try to beat you with pure scoring. They're trying to beat you with hustle as well. And this Central Arkansas team, they play a little bit differently. No players over 10 points per game, but 9 players over 6. So what are going to be the keys for Southeastern to slow down this Central Arkansas team?
We have to be everywhere on the court. Defense, we've been a pretty good defensive team, but we have to be able to, put bodies on every spot in the court. We have to body up, we have to tee up, and we have to stop them from scoring. And naturally, looking at their shooting percentages, they're not the greatest scoring team.
Right.
So if we're able to keep that rolling and knock them off, create turnovers, I mean, we have almost a 3 turnover ratio. So if we're able to create more turnovers than we give up and we're able to score at a higher volume, I think we'll be able to easily win this.
Okay, easily. That's a bold call.
Hey.
But I like it. So Southeastern, like you said, to elaborate on the shooting percentages, they're shooting over 75% from the free throw line, over 32% from 3. So they offer a difficult matchup for any team, especially a team that has shot less than 60% from the 3-point line. So give me the keys to victory, Tyler. Tell me what specifically should Ayla Gazzardo preach for her team to do to walk out here with a win?
Takes good shots. I think they have to take extremely high percentage shots. They don't need to lose themselves. I know that they're playing a Southland opponent, and I know that this game is huge for standings, but they need to keep to themselves. If they shoot the ball well and they keep playing the game they've been playing this season, you look at the losses and how they played really well. I think that's huge. And also they have to play well defensively. They have to get rebounds. They have to play good basketball. I hate to say that, but it's the truth.
Right.
You have to play whole basketball. You have to play a whole 40 minutes tonight. And I think if they're able to do that, I think they've got a good shot.
And the good news is that they're coming in with momentum. I mean, defeating McNeese, that was the first time they've done that in a while. Northwestern State, that was an exciting game to get a wide margin of victory. They've been playing well recently, lost to Nichols on that game-winning shot. Heartbreaker, absolute heartbreaker. But you'd rather lose on a game-winning shot than get beat by 25. So especially, they're rolling right now as far as momentum goes, as far as their play style. So this should be exciting. And here at the Southeastern Sports Network, Tyler and I are going to send us to a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back with starting lineups. Thank you for tuning in.
The countdown to Katy has begun. The Southland Conference Basketball Tournament at the Merrill Center in Katy, Texas. Experience it live as Southland Strong teams compete for a tournament title and a chance to go to the dance. It's affordable family fun and great college hoops action. Tickets for the Southland Conference Basketball Tournament are on sale through school ticket offices and Ticketmaster.com.
Southeastern Louisiana Lady Lions and the Central Arkansas Sugar Bears. So shortly we will have the starting lineups for you. Tyler and I are absolutely excited for this game. Tyler, elaborate a little bit on what you were telling me in the break, what this Southeastern team brings to the table that they've really improved on ever since that just playing those tough opponents and losing in tough fashion.
Yeah, well, they play harder. They play stronger. They play together. And that's huge. When you play as a team, there's a lot of times that the star players can take their time and they can do their own thing, but the Lady Lions, they take their time together. They play together. You know, we may have players that have more points than others, but they don't take the spotlight. They play team basketball, and they've improved in that aspect so many ways. So I think that it's awesome that what we're doing so far, and I think they're going to improve on that tonight.
And I think a lot of that, the credit has to go to third-year coach Ayla Gazzardo. We've interviewed her together before, and she's a great presence. She's very positive, very knowledgeable. She's easy to talk to. She seems to have the respect of not only her players, but opposing players and everyone that works in this athletic department. So we're certainly very lucky to have Ayla Gazzardo.
And we like her because she's a stats girl.
Yes,
yeah.
She's very big on statistics,
and that's important.
Right.
That's to tell the story of the game.
And she's kind of, she reminds you of that Houston Rockets-esque approach where you grow with the times and you learn the statistics and you learn how basketball used to be played, but also adapt to the new trends.
Yeah, for sure. And she's been awesome so far. You can tell the team has improved in every way, shape, and form.
Right. In every interview that I've seen of hers, she talks a little bit about how they've had the struggle of introducing several new players this year that weren't in the team last year, and that team was also very good. They played to the very last game to try to make it into the Southland Conference tournament. So naturally there were going to be growing pains, especially when you're playing Power 5 opponents, it seems, every 3-4 days early in the season.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't surprise me to see them picking up these wins later on in the year.
Yeah, and it's a testament to how well they work and how hard they work. And it's been so incredible to watch. Super excited for tonight.
Right, and we also need to say very quickly that tonight, for all of you Southeastern students, is the Pack the House promotion. The first 200 students in the door will get free Raising Cane's. Tyler and myself ate some earlier.
Yeah.
It was very, very good.
Also on that same accord, if we score over 60 points tonight, the Lady Lions, everyone gets a buy one, get one free Cane's combo.
Oh, yes, the Raising Cane's Challenge. So get your canes, come here, get your free canes, watch Lady Lions.
Canes.
Yes, score over 60 points, and then go back, get more canes. Not good for your heart health, but very good for your Lady Lions conference standings.
Hey, basketball and fried chicken, that's all we need.
And very shortly here, we will have the starting lineup, and we're about to bring you to the national anthem.
Welcome again to the University Center for this evening's game featuring the visiting Sugar Bears of Central Arkansas and your Southeastern Lady Lions. At this time, please join our players and coaches in honoring America. Let us rise and remove our hats for the national anthem performed.
Welcome back to the Southeastern Sports Network. Here we'll be bringing you the starting lineups very shortly. By very shortly, I mean right now. Number 2, Ayanna Trigg for Central Arkansas. She will be playing off guard tonight. And now we have number 0, Brianna Trigg. Number 4, Taylor Sells. Number 12, Kaylee Hutspeth. And number 42, Hannah Langhe. Their dominant presence down low at the center position. And now we have your Southeastern Louisiana starting lineups.
At guard, 5'9" junior, number 3, Morgan
Number
Carrier.
3, Morgan Carrier. She has been described as the heart and soul of the Southeastern Louisiana team. Will always take a charge, will always take a 3. She is a wonderful presence here. Celica Sterling, number 20, the transfer from Community College, leads the team in scoring. Another excellent piece here for this surging Lion team. Now we have number 25, Caitlin Williams, playing power forward. She can knock down the 3 as well, and she is one of the players averaging over 10 points per game. Number 31, Alexis Horn, playing off guard. And finally, number 33, Aminat Jibril, playing center for your Lady Lions. This is a team. What a lineup. This is a team that has really gelled recently, and you're about to see this in this game, but these players have all learned how to play well together. They don't really care who takes the shot or where it comes from. They just care that they get the W at the end of the day, and I think that as long as they can hold that mentality, they will be picking up more and more victories in the Southern Conference and surging their way to that tournament.
Yeah, I mean, they're a unit. I mean, you can tell in the way they play, the way they defend, the way they push the basket. They're a unit through and through. They're together at all times. They play together. They don't often get to where one player just takes over. So they have that chemistry. It's awesome.
Right.
And it leads to baskets, it leads to turnovers, and it leads to good defensive possessions. And they've been playing like it. Hopefully they continue that tonight. Right,
I'm sure they will. Coach Ayla Gazzardo is known for coaching her players very well. And this team, they have an interesting stat, Tyler, we were talking about a little earlier off the air. The Lady Lions are 3-0 when they out-rebound their opponent on the defensive end. Talk to me a little bit about that here before they tip off.
Yeah, I mean, that's just work. They're working harder. They're getting it. They're getting up there, and they're in the trenches, and they're doing battle. And they're winning those battles.
So this might not be news, but hustles lead to victories.
I'm telling you.
And here we have your tip-off.
Everyone at home stand up.
Ball's in the air, and your Lady Lions get the tip-off. Morgan Carrier tosses it to Alexis Horn. Alexis Horn at the top of the key, dribbling off her right hand, looking for an option. Dribbling right, taking the left screen. She steps back to the 3. Passes it out to Celica Sterling, the team's leading scorer. Celica Sterling crosses right, crosses left, resetting back to the top to Alexis Horn. The Lady Lions are looking for a good shot here. And inside, right there to Aminat Jibril, your player of the game.
What a great roll. I mean, she created her own roll at the top of the key. I mean, there wasn't even anyone there. She rolled off the back door, and it was just a beautiful possession.
And that was patience there. Now you have number 4, Taylor Sells, trying to pass it in, but it is broken up by the Lady Lions. Recovered by number 42, Hannah Langhe. Resets back to number 4, Sells.
This is that thing I was talking about, aggressive defense, playing aggressive. I mean,
And here you see the Lions playing man-to-man defense. They typically do play a mix of man and zone. Number 42 with the deep two-pointer. Rebound. There's a foul on the play.
Wow.
Okay.
I didn't see that.
Foul on the Lady Lions. And that is on number 33, Amant Jibril, who just scored the layup. So number 4, Taylor Sells inbounds it. Resets it to the top of the key to Hannah Langhe.
They're going to look to get Langhe involved in the offense early. I mean, she's leading in rebounds, steals, and blocks. So they're going to look to get her involved in the game pretty early.
And as you say that, Langhe takes the elbow jumper and makes it tie game 2-2. There is Tyler Thomas doing his future fortune telling that he's famous for on the Southeastern campus.
Yeah, they call me Phil of the Future. But I'm
can't
Tyler
confirm.
of the Future. Oh, a nice push-off there.
Morgan Carey with the push-off to the right wing, dribbling left, attacking the basket, and that is the foul. She gets 2 free throws.
See, that's that heart you were talking about. She pushed in, and she made her play. And she caught a body. And that's what you want to do in the side.
And let me say this. Whoever defends Morgan Carey in this game, You never have an easy game defending Morgan Carrier. She will not make it. I don't care if she finishes with 4 points or 30 points. She just plays so hard.
And that's what's awesome about her is that she never quits, she never gives up, and she never surrenders. She could be over 12, but she's still going to play the same hard basketball, and she's still going to play that same version that she has.
Right, and there's Morgan Carrier sinking the first of 2 free throws. The thing about her, we interviewed her assistant coach about 2 months ago when we were covering another game, and she said that Morgan, she brings, for lack of a better term, she used the word swag. She brings a swag to her team that's just essential late in those close games.
You see that shimmy there. I mean, she's pushing it. She's giving it.
Morgan drops, or does not make the second free throw, so it is 3-2 Lady Lions. And number 4, Sells with, there's a turnover.
Causes the turnover, and that's a tribute to that aggressive defense I was talking about earlier.
And that 3-to-1 turnover ratio, and there's Alexia's Horn picking up her dribble, passing it inside.
What a move. She may have not made that shot, but it's extremely high percentage.
Right, Amani Jabril does not make that shimmy shake, but that's a shot the Lions will take. Resetting up to 42, passing it out to number 12, Carly Hudspeth. Resetting back to Taylor Sells, who seems to have a bulk of the ball handling duty for these Sugar Cats.
See, tonight we have an electric crowd here in the University Center as UCA puts up a basket, but they're here, they're loud.
Right. There is a good crowd here, and now we have Alexis Horn bringing the ball up. She is an excellent ball handler. She's another one of those veteran leaders for this team that has held the glue together through the hard times early in the season. As they pass it out at the top of the key, looking for a better shot. And there we go inside. What a pass. Wow.
That's what I love about this team is they create their own shots. Even when someone isn't open, even when the defense pressures and brings the pressure in, they create their own looks.
And there was Caitlin Williams with an excellent roll, and I would argue a better pass. Jump ball, possession arrow to the Lady Lions. That will be your Lady Lion basketball.
I believe that's UCA Sugar Bear basketball.
I stand corrected. The possession arrow was to UCA Sugar Bear basketball.
Look, it's more confusing than it was.
And there we have Sells once again resetting the ball at the top of the key. And she seems to like to take her isolation defender off the dribble right into the teeth of defense as she kicks out to number 0. And offensive rebound to Langhe, who leads the team in rebounds.
See, that's the play that she just made with the loop around the key. That was a beautiful example of how to get the defenders in an odd position.
And there was
they
a
left
miss.
the person wide open.
Right, and there was a miss by Iona Trigg. She did not even hit rim, and the Lady Lions get the basketball. Alexis Horn with the turnover.
See, those are the turnovers that come when you play such a high pace and aggressive pace, and you have someone who's aggressive with carrying the ball like Alexis Horn.
Right, and Alexis Horn, she does a bulk of the ball handling duties for these Lady Lions, so turnovers just are bound to happen when you have the ball in your hands that much. But I'll take the turnover. She is 3rd in the conference in assists, so you take the bad with the overwhelming good.
Oh, of course.
And there's Taylor Wells passing it to Iona Trigg.
That's the thing. Turnovers come.
Right.
They happen, but it's how you respond.
They're unavoidable.
And
there is Sells.
And then
another turnover.
There.
And there we have Alexis Horn with the ball back in her hands, pushing the ball up court. Morgan Carrier wide open 3 at the right wing, and that's good. Morgan Carrier.
I love her taking that shot, getting the electricity in here, pumping early. It's beautiful.
And Morgan Carrier's had a good stretch of games. She had 2 games in the mid-teens last week, both wins for the Lady Lions. So she's had a bit of a stretch herself. And there we have Hannah Langhe looking for an outlet pass at the top of the key. Number 0, Brianna Trigg, inside and converts the contested layup.
Just a beautiful move on the side of the Sugar Bears, faking out the defender.
Right. Alexis Horn taking the ball just past half court. Scanning, taking the right screen at the right top of the right key. And there's the leading scorer, Celica Sterling, passing it inside. And there's that center, Amina Jubril, looking for the high percentage shot, passing it out to Sterling.
Great grab.
And Sterling draws the foul.
It's on the floor. So that's a good draw. You got to play aggressive. When you play aggressive, those fouls come. You get to the line. You get closer to being able to. Well, I say get to the line. It was a shooting foul. But they get closer to getting a basket. They get another possession. They get another shot. They get another shot clock. It's impressive.
And we have 2 substitutions here. We have Jaya Francis and number 5, Charlie Dugas, who are both staples of this Southeastern Louisiana Lady Lions lineup. Inbounds pass off to the left wing, number 25, resets it quickly to Alexis Horn. Alexis Horn scanning the floor, looking for a player to pass to. Continuing to dribble to the left. Still at the top of the key. Takes that right pick from number 25, Caitlin Williams. She rolls, and another phenomenal pass.
What a good... They're so good at getting the defender inside from the pick, and it's so seamless.
And that was a good roll, but Alexis Horn, you didn't see that on the broadcast, but she faked the defender with her eyes and then hit the wide open roll man. And now we have the Sugar Bears trapped in the corner, but kicks it out to Sells. Sells takes it into the teeth of defense again, kicks out to the shooter on the wing, and that's no good. Offensive rebound, Sugar Bears to number 42, Langhe.
Something to take note of early, these referees are letting these girls play. There's been a lot of contact.
Very physical game thus far.
And, sometimes that's good, but sometimes it hurts the integrity of the game. And we'll see where it goes, what direction it travels.
And as you talk about letting them play, Charlie Dugas with a little bit of a physical defense there in the paint, but they get the defensive rebound. And there's Celica Sterling. No good. Offensive rebound almost to the Lions, and now the Sugar Bears get the tip in.
See, that shot right there is one that I wouldn't advise taking. You have so many people in the paint, and you've got a lot of shot clock left, and you've had an impressive outing so far. There's no need to push the pace there.
Number 42, Langhe resets to number 4, Sells, who has done almost all of the ball handling duty as she takes the three, and it's good. That is 10-9 Lady Lions.
The Lions defense actually played it pretty well there. They kept bodies on. It was just a great shot from UCA.
Alexis Horn at the top of the key. Drives left, ball fake with her offhand. Just misses the contested layup. Defensive rebound, Sugar Bears. Number 4, Sells, no surprise, taking the ball just past half court. Sells takes it back to the left wing.
This Lady Lions defense is big, and they're looking to, get aggressive in the trenches, play hard basketball. That's their style. That's the way they want it.
You have to like seeing this physical defense that they play. They're not afraid to put an elbow in you, move their feet, really get involved with the defense. And we are going to take you to a break here with 3:07 left in the first quarter here, Lady Lions basketball. This is the Southeastern Sports Network. And the Sugar Bears get the ball out of the timeout. Number 2, Trigg drives into the lane. Defensive rebound for number 25, Caitlin Williams. You're going to be hearing that name a lot in this game. I suspect she has put her fingerprints all over the game in the early going.
Yeah, and it's super good to see that we're playing that style of a aggressive defense that we see, catching a body right there. We're going to look to get offense going, though. Only 10 points scored so far in the first quarter. Let's get it going.
Well, I think they will. This has been a very physical first quarter, and in those physical first quarters, you tend to see the score a little bit lower, and then it inflates as the two teams figure each other out. Alexis Horn at the top of the key passes it to Charlie Dugas, drives in aggressively, and blocked from behind by number 42, Hannah Langhe. That was an excellent block.
Yeah, and you want to look for the Lions to maybe get a little bit more inside, a little bit more pressure on the defense to maybe, get some space to be able to create a better shot there.
Definitely, but this is a team that has thrived from distance this year. I believe they ranked 4th in the Southland Conference in three-point field goals. So you have to balance the two. You can't just shoot nothing but threes, but you also have to lean on your strengths. As there we have a shot by number 31, Alexis Horn. No good. Defensive rebound, Sugar Bears. Number 4, Sells takes the ball up.
She's been so good with the ball so far, but has had a little trouble keeping it, though. 2 turnovers so far. We'll see how she can, how the Southeastern defense can stop her.
And there is Sells from the corner. Fakes the shot. And is that a 3rd turnover? It is. The Lady Lions force a 3rd turnover on Sells, the leading scorer and assist woman for the Sugar Bears, as number 31, Horn, drives into the defense, kicks out to number 55, Haley Girardo.
That's that statistic I was talking to you about. That turnover margin we're creating here is so important. It wins ball games by itself sometimes.
And their Horn passes inside yet again. Turnover there, though, to number 42, Langhe.
The ball handler's having trouble here so far. Good defense by both teams.
Both teams forcing turnovers, definitely. There's a 3 by the Lady Bearcats on the left wing, and that is number 3, Ramola Dominguez, with the pretty three-pointer with the high arc that just touches nothing as it goes through the hoop. Alexis Horn bringing the ball up the court, surveying the screens, takes the right screen, continues to survey the court. Charlie Dugas kicks inside, and there you have number 25, Caitlin Williams, draws the foul. 2 free throws for Caitlin Williams coming up.
She is so good at drawing that foul inside.
Well, she has excellent footwork, and you can see that that's why they look to her on those passes. She catches the ball, she gets that strong center of gravity, and she's so quick turning over either shoulder.
It's impressive at this level to be able to convert and draw the foul like that.
Right, and we will see here if she can convert those free throws as she attempts her first of 2. And Williams takes the first, and it is good.
On the season, we've been pretty statistically good at free throws so far. I mean, before this game, we were 2 of 8 for 282, which is pretty good if you look at the ratings from other teams. I mean, if you look at the team we're playing against, we're doing pretty well.
And that's not just in free throw shooting. That's in shooting percentages across the board as the second free throw is up and good. 12. That is 12 all in the second quarter of this Southland Conference matchup. The Lady Lions have done a great job shooting the ball all season. They shoot over 32% from 3 as opposed to 20% by the Sugar Bears. So they need to lean on that. They need to convert those free throws, obviously, but use what you're good at and force them into threes and make your own as you have all season.
And you say that UCA's done a great job of keeping them from the perimeter.
Absolutely.
Making them have to battle them inside. And I'm sure that was part of the game plan, looking at how well Southeastern shot so far this season.
And Dominguez kicks out to number 12. That is Carly Hudspeth. And there we have Trigg driving inside, loses the ball, and that will be Lady Lions basketball.
That's a Morgan Carrier created turnover there. Great play. She's steadily one of the most aggressive and just in-your-face players we have on this team.
Honestly, I'm not sure I've ever seen a basketball player have more fun in these games than I see Morgan Carrier having on a night-to-night basis.
And she'll get loud.
Oh, absolutely. As number 20 leading scorer Celica Sterling takes the ball, goes off her left, isolates the defender going right, and takes the pretty up floater. No good. Caitlin Williams, and one potentially as she converts the fouled layup.
And that's that foul I was talking about. Drawing the foul, getting strong, being there. You know, they're going to try to defend that every time, and you're going to draw it every time. If you stay strong and if you stay, square enough, you can even get the basket.
And something we probably should have talked about in the pregame that we talked about off air was the size advantage that these Lady Lions have. And you're seeing it now. Caitlin Williams is just taking it in the paint. She's forcing them to defend her, and they just don't have the size to match up with her.
Yeah, and you see it at every position, whether it's height or whether it's, just pure size.
As Williams just rims out on the and one attempt, 14-12 here, Lady Lions victory, or Lady Lions lead.
You talk about size. Southeastern could be small, but they still play as big as any team.
And there's a 3 converted on the right wing by number 12, Carly Hudspeth. Sorry to interrupt you there, Tyler.
Fine.
Celica Sterling takes the ball up, looking to get some momentum for this Lady Lions team.
Looking to possibly create a nice shot here. Get back to the way they've played all season.
Sterling being trapped on the right wing, kicks it out to Morgan Carrier. Baseline drive, and that is a shooting foul. Morgan Carrier will get 2 free throws.
Wow. And see, that's where that aggression pays off.
It looked like a shot clock violation from... Well, number 42. That is on Langhey, their best player. So the Lady Lions will take that.
Yeah. How's this going to work out? Are they going to get the free throws at the start of the second? Oh, they're going to look and they're going to review and see whether she got the ball off or not.
Just from my eye test, it did not look like it came off in time. There was certainly a foul, but if the shot clock violation had already passed, it would not matter.
Yeah,
as the
she
turnover
wouldn't
was
have
already.
Not necessarily the shot clock, but just the clock in general.
Right.
Yeah, the clock had already drained. The quarter was over. But
it's crazy how fast these quarters are going by.
I'm telling you, and it's fun basketball to watch. I mean, it's 15-14. It's a barn burner here so far, and the crowd is electric.
And here they are reviewing the play, see if Morgan Carrier was fouled or if the clock had run out, and we are moving on to the second quarter. So let's talk a little bit about what you've seen so far from the Lions relative to what we talked about in pregame. Are you liking it? Are you not liking it?
They look flat offensively. They're not creating their own shots like they normally do. It looks like it kind of looks like the UCA had a wrench to throw in their game plan, and it was a perfect wrench. One that fit the hole, it fit the tight that you wanted to get it in, and the Lions don't look very good offensively. Let me be honest.
Well, they've had big plays, but not consistent plays. They've certainly had exciting plays, whether it be the threes, the and-one plays by number 25, Caitlin Williams. But the refs are talking about this a long time. We're going to have to wait and see as they walk onto the court.
Okay.
And there we go. Morgan Carrier will get to add to her scoring total if she converts these 2 free throws.
There is 0.1 second left on the clock. Can we get a miracle?
Morgan Carrier shooting 2 shots.
Will she get 2 unopposed shots as if it were a technical?
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
They're just 2 standard shooting foul free throws.
That's what I thought. I didn't see anybody, so I got a little confused.
And there you see all the Southeastern Lady Lions in the backcourt just in case one misses, and they chuck it onto the other side of the court.
That would have to be a heave.
Morgan Carrier with the first of 2 free throws. And there's the patented shoulder shimmy. It is good.
And that ties it up. That's huge.
15-15 going into the second quarter, unless she converts the second free throw. And there's the shoulder shimmy.
That excitement factor kicks in, but she doesn't.
And it looks like we'll be going into the second quarter tied at 15 apiece.
A 15-15 first quarter is completely different than a 15-14 first quarter.
Right.
You go in with a completely different mindset. So look for the Lions to bounce back.
And that's just it's been a fun quarter. Not super high scoring. Well, actually 15 points is fairly high scoring, but just a lot of physical basketball. Number 4, Taylor Sells, not afraid to drive it into the teeth of the Lady Lions defense. And the Lady Lions doing what they've done all season, moving the ball around, getting everybody some shots, balancing the scoring.
Yeah, when I talked about how our offense looked flat and how we didn't look the way we should, as far as I'm concerned, we got the points, right? We converted. But it wasn't the way that we normally do it. It wasn't as consistent as we normally do it. And honestly, a lot of our points were off mistakes made by UCA. So we need to look to create our own shots, create our own points based on our play. And if we create our own shots and we make our own way, that's a key to victory.
And with that, we will take you to a timeout here on the Southeastern Sports Network, coming up with the second quarter of Lady Lions basketball. Welcome back to the Southeastern Sports Network, here with a tie game, 15 apiece, with the Central Arkansas Sugar Bears and the Lady Lions. I'm Adam Cortez here with my co-host, Tyler Thomas. Tyler, what did you see in that first quarter?
Well, I saw an offense that came out here and wasn't playing the basketball they're used to playing. You know, they're not creating their own shots. They're not getting open for shots. And that's partially attributed to UCA's good defense. But I saw a defense that was playing relatively well for the most part, physical.
As the leading scorer, Celica Sterling, rims out the jumper. She hasn't gotten it going yet, but I'm sure she will later in the game. She's been consistent all year for the Lady Lions.
Her tangibles are incredible. I mean, you saw that move down there. It was
her ball handling is just superb. Number 22 with the front rim miss. Lady Lions rebound. Alexis Horn pushing the pace on the fast break. And Celica Sterling drives in, kicks out. Back to Horn, converts the mid-range jumper.
There's that offense I was talking about. Pushing in, making the defense miss, and making their own shots open, getting some great plays.
And just some consistent ball movement at what the Lady Lions are going to need to do to walk out of here with a victory. Speaking of walking out of here with a victory, the Bearcats are going to look to lean on number 4, Sells, if they want to accomplish that same feat. Shooting foul for number 22, Alana Kennedy.
On that same accord, though, she's going to have to keep the ball.
Right.
She's going to have to hold on to it. And Southeastern's done a good job so far of getting the ball from them and going in transition. Now, I don't know how many turnover points we have so far, but I'd assume that it's a good amount.
Right. And just watching the game, both teams are being ferocious on defense, forcing turnovers, as number 22, Alana Kennedy, at the free throw line, rambunctious from the Southeastern Louisiana home crowd here, converts the first.
The University Center is rocking right now.
Number 22, Alana Kennedy, attempting her second free throw. And that is good. We have a tie game yet again, 17 apiece.
Something I want to talk about is the fast break numbers. Southeastern has 3 fast breaks compared to UCA's none. They haven't been able to create anything going fast off the break.
Caitlin Williams just going to foul town today.
Yeah, she's being strong. She's aggressive, and she's causing the defense to put their hands on her.
Well, I think you're seeing a classic case here of momentum, where in the first quarter she had a great quarter individually, and now she thinks she can score whenever she wants on this team, and so far she's been correct.
If she keeps that up, I don't mind that mindset.
Celica Sterling at the top of the key, looking for a shot for herself or her teammates, dribbles to the left side, takes the screen by number 33, Jabril, drives inside, behind the back crossover, and there is a traveling violation on Celica Sterling. That'll be a turnover for
although they called a travel there, man, we talked about Alexis Horn's ball handling, but the Southeastern Lions are continually, having great ball handling so far. I mean, just cuts and crosses. I mean, they're just doing a great job handling the ball so far.
Sells kicks it out to the right wing, inside, yet another free throw range shot for the Sugar Bears, as number 22, Alana Kennedy, going back to the free throw line for 2 more attempts.
See, the referees let them play until they couldn't anymore. Sometimes you just got to call a foul.
And there's number 22, Kennedy, getting back-to-back foul calls with those deep shots right at the rim.
Southeastern's defense not looking so hot this quarter. It's only 2 minutes in, but got to get back to the way they were playing before.
As she converts the first free throw. And we talked in the first quarter about the size and how Southeastern Louisiana was looking to exploit their superior size in this matchup. But the beginning of the second has been the opposite, as she converts the second. Now it is 19-17 Sugar Bears.
You look at teams like in the NBA, like the Golden State Warriors have passed, or teams that, handled small ball and they're able to play that aggressive style of defense and offense, but also with, size disadvantages. I think kind of look at UCA that way, as they're playing very well with the size disadvantage right now.
Celica Sterling misses the contested mid-range jumper on the left wing and allows a transition three-pointer for the just another offensive rebound. And she misses. The defensive rebound goes to Caitlin Williams, and now they are playing fast, playing hard. Celica Sterling in the open court. Kicks out to Morgan Carrier, ball fake, drives to the rim, and
I think she converts. She gets the basket there.
I could not see the hand signals from the referee, but it looks like the points have not gone on the scoreboard yet, so we will await. No basket. Oh, so it was a foul on the floor before Morgan Carrier got to the basket. That is a personal foul on number 4, Sells, the leading scorer and rebounder for the Sugar Bears. And there we have Celica Sterling inbounding the ball just under the basket on the baseline. And a very near turnover there on the inbound pass to Morgan Carrier.
Yeah, the Lions are going to have to look to get the ball where it needs to go. Sometimes you got to say those things.
That is crucial on inbound passes, as they were able to get it where it needed to go. And now we have Celica Sterling kicking out to Morgan Carrier. She looks ready to attack the defense. Cross-court, LeBron-type pass to number 55, Haley Gerard.
What a move.
Oh, and there we go.
That was she knew what she was doing. She pushed in, she did the shoulder roll, and she made a beautiful basket off the hands of great defense from the defender.
And that was a momentum basket. Now the Lady Lions are playing a little bit faster, playing a little bit harder. Another deep. It looks like, traveling violation. That will be Lady Lions basketball. Yet another turnover.
Yeah, that's the defense causing, she didn't have a lane. She didn't have an opening, and she cut in and couldn't do that. Couldn't walk that way,
Couldn't walk that way.
You can't just carry the ball. It's not something you can do.
Something concerning here that I'm seeing in the early going is that the Lady Lions are allowing these deep entry passes into the post, and that is a surefire way to lose a basketball game. As number 5, Charlie Dugas, makes the floater, and that is 21-19 Lady Lions timeout.
You got to be able to put bodies in areas that the ball is going to. You got to predict those type of things. Those outlet passes, those are huge.
Well, if there's one type of shot you don't want to give up, it is the deep post shot, because even if it's an easy shot, first of all, and almost any type of physical play there is going to be a foul. And here in the timeout, we are going to throw it to a break. We'll be back here with the second quarter of Southland Conference basketball. Welcome back to the Southeastern Sports Network, here with just under 7 minutes to go in the second quarter of the Southland Conference game between the Lady Lions and the UCA Sugar Bears. The Lady Lions just took the 2-point lead there just before the timeout, and now we have number 4, Taylor Sells, pushing the ball up the court. Kicks it to the right wing to number 0, Brianna Trigg. And there is a near turnover, recovers it, back to the top, resets to number 42, Langhe. Back to number 4, Sells. Sells with the trap.
Southeast is playing extremely aggressive right now, causing UCA to, detour what they were going to do, and they caused a travel there. Another turnover.
The third travel call of this game.
I mean, the Lady Lions are in the places that the UCA is traveling, and you walk in, and it's like a brick wall's there, and you can't walk past the brick wall, so you just got to stop.
I think on that specific possession, Langhe got a little bit. She got a little greedy there with the up and under moves over and over and over. And the post is not the place you want to be moving your feet a ton unless you're Akeem Olajuwon. And there we have number 20, Celica Sterling, kicking it out to the left wing. Charlie Dugas trapped in the left side, but resets it to number 25, back to Celica Sterling.
Celica Sterling is someone I want to see get involved in offense.
Well, she's the leading scorer, so I'm sure that all the Lady Lions do as well. As Charlie Dugas misses the corner 3. Offensive rebound. Guess who? Caitlin Williams.
She's been so aggressive in the post. She's been so strong. And that's that size disadvantage we were talking, mismatch we were talking about. I mean, they're creating shots inside, something they haven't normally done this season.
And there we have yet another kick out by the Sugar Bears. Number 42, Langhe with the ball inside. And a nice little 6-footer by number 22, Alana Kennedy.
Jaya Francis played great defense there. Sometimes you just get the roll.
Celica Sterling kicks it to Dugas, who gets a strong drive to the basket, converts it, 25-21 Lady Lions. Is this the beginning of a run that will pull the Lady Lions away? Stay tuned. We'll find out.
That's the type of play you want. You double covered, run to the rim, and being able to convert on that's huge, especially for momentum. And they're going to look to get a stop here.
The shot for Kennedy does not go in, but the offensive rebound goes to the Sugar Bears yet again, and they have kept themselves in this game with low post shots and offensive rebounds. So that's an easy thing to say, but that's a very hard thing to stop once you've allowed a team to believe that they can get in on the post on you.
Yeah, and they're playing aggressive, and I keep using that word, but it's so prominent in women's basketball. Being able to get in holes and just push and penetrate the defense, it's huge. And UCA's been able to exploit the holes that Southeastern's created for themselves.
And we will be back here after this quick timeout as both teams are discussing how to pull away in this tight 2-point game that has really not at any point been anything but close.
Yeah, and it's no one's game so far, but neither team has really impressed me so far. I feel like both teams are playing. I feel like UCA's played to their strengths, but Southeastern's just, by their standards, they haven't had a strong game so far.
Well, certainly they've both played hard, but it's been sloppy. Lots of turnovers as Charlie Dugas on the right wing drives inside, kicks it out to the left wing. That is number 5. Ooh, and a hard foul there. Wow.
It did not look like she had both her feet set. That's all I'm going to say there.
And the Sugar Bears successfully take the charge on what will surely be a controversial call, as both teams seem to smile in disbelief of the call. And now we have number 4, Sells. I'm not sure number 4 is going to come out of the game at all.
She's going to play the whole game.
And she leads the team in both points and assists, and you see why with her incredible ball handling duties.
Yeah, and you look at the turnover number, it doesn't describe what she's done with the ball. I mean, right there, that's an almost assist on a high percentage basket. I mean, that's what you want.
Defensive rebound, Celica Sterling. Contested mid-range jumper, that is no good. Looks a little bit like Celica is rushing tonight, but I'm sure there she forces the turnover. Spoke too soon. Never doubt Celica Sterling. She will prove you wrong. Resets the ball.
That's another turnover for Sells. And Southeastern's, getting more aggressive. They're playing better basketball. They're playing stronger defense, and we're causing more turnovers. I mean, we've caused a great amount of turnovers tonight.
And that's what's been the most impressive thing of the Lady Lions game so far, as Celica Sterling takes the right screen and goes into the teeth of the defense, spins back, fade away. No good. That will be Sugar Cat's ball.
Look, I like that shot, but maybe that wasn't the time for it.
Well, when you're a scorer, you try to have that short-term memory loss. Every miss, you just reset your 0-0 again. So I'm sure she'll get going here in the later portions of the game. Number 22 with the athletic-looking fadeaway off of the left elbow. And now we have number 15 for the Lady Lions. That is Deja Harvey.
See, in my opinion, in a close game, sometimes it isn't the time for flashy.
And Deja Harvey kicks out to the left wing. That is Jaya Francis.
Especially
with a
when
step
it's
back
dirty
on
as
the
this.
left baseline. No good. Sugar Bears basketball. And there we have the Sugar Bears passing it along top of the key, as they have just about all game. Number 22 kicks out to number 0. Takes the contested, draws the foul.
Some good contact. That's a good foul. That's the type of foul you want to see. They're getting strong. They're playing that hard. And they're making UCA shoot. They're making UCA get close, and they're making UCA take shots they maybe normally wouldn't take.
And Tyler, there's a substitution in this game I think that you're pretty excited to talk about. I'll let you take it.
My favorite player on the Lady Lions, and I love all of them equally, Brenasia Adams. She is a spark plug. Look for us to go on a 30-point run here.
The 30-point run. The last game that Tyler and I covered against Jackson State, Brenasia Adams just about won the game for the Lady Lions, coming in the second half and proving to be a just absolute force down low, as the first free throw is no good for number 0, Brianna Trigg.
She's got post strength. She's got size. She's got everything you want out of a player, and especially this matchup where the Lady Lions kind of had a size advantage.
As Brianna Trigg goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line. We have a fast break here for the Lions. Charlie Dugas drives into the defense, crosses right. Goes inside to Adams.
That's what I'm saying, Adam. That's what I'm saying. Brenasia Adams coming in. She's the spark plug.
And there we have Brenasia Adams, the spark plug. That should be her nickname, given to her by Tyler Thomas. And that's what she does. She comes in, she gives you a presence down low, and she's difficult to defend because she's strong, and you can't. Once she gets her position down low, you're not going to move her.
Once she pushes you out of the way, there's no getting back in position.
And there we have another inside shot by the Sugar Bears, this time by number 2, Ayanna Trigg, the sister of Brianna Trigg. I'm sorry, Ty.
Well, I was about to say the Lady Lions defense there looked to get a press on the defender, but just couldn't get one.
And Adams rolling.
It was off the defender, but that's the type. That's the play you want. When Brenasia's on the court, you want to convert inside. You want to get those baskets that are a mismatch in size. Off the pick and roll, that's just what you want. And that was a high percentage shot, and it was a good look.
Well, it almost sounds like the Lady Lions are listening to us here in the booth, calling for Adams' number, as she's been in the game and she's touched the ball every offensive possession since. And now we have the inbound.
She's that spark plug.
Celica Sterling with the somewhat risky pass to Morgan Carrier, and now we have Celica getting the ball back. Driving to teeth the defense, step back to the top of the key, and Adams catches the ball. Loses it on the attempt for a post move there, and now we have Sells taking the ball up the court, as she does just about every Sugar Bears possession.
I know she turned it over, but I love that idea of just getting her in the post and letting her bully the opponent. I mean, that's what she's doing. It's on defense right there, just bullying the other team, and that's what the Lions needed. That was the spark plug that they needed.
And
that
here
really
we have
is going to catch on. That's going to be her nickname for
the spark plug, as Jaya Francis, as Carly Hudspeth draws the foul. More free throws for the Sugar Bears, and I don't know off the top of my head how many free throws they've converted, but that seems to be how they have stayed in the game thus far, as the first is good.
They could draw a lot of fouls. The Lions have had a lot of sloppy fouls. But it's been physical. The one thing you can't say about the Lions defense is that they haven't been physical. They have been. They've been in the trenches. They've been grinding. And both teams have been the same way.
As Hudspeth converts the second free throw, we now have a tie game here. And a foul on the floor for number 33, Aminat Jubril.
That's a good call that a lot of refs won't call. But I think that in this context, as close a game it is, you have to call something like that.
And here we have the leading scorer for the Lions taken at the top of the key, passes it to Jubril, who passes it to the left side to Celica Sterling. Celica goes inside, back, and now to Morgan Carrier on the wing. Fakes the shot, goes inside, contested too. Very close, but no good.
And see, that's a shot you want to take, but there were just a lot of people there.
Right.
There's a lot of traffic and a lot of detours.
And I'm not the coach for the Sugar Bears, but I think I've just about figured out their game plan, and it is to get two big players on either side of the block and throw it inside for a turnaround jumper. That seems to be what they've done, as I immediately am proven wrong with the shot on the left wing.
Hey, it's a majority thing. That happens the most of the time.
A 75% share in post shots.
Wow.
Oh, the spin move by number 55. Haley goes to the rack, and it is no good off of her right hand. Defensive rebound to the Sugar Bears.
If you make a move like that, you have to shoot it.
And Haley Giarratano with the pretty shot that does not convert. Now we have Sells driving off her left hand inside.
What, a block?
No foul call, block. Fast break, Morgan
block.
Carrier.
Morgan Carrier is the one you want to take this shot.
And here we have Celica Sterling slowing the game down, trying to get those easy buckets that she's known for. And she's calling for the foul, but it is not called. Defensive rebound, Sugar Bears. Sells pushing the ball up. And no good. So you're going into halftime with a tie game, just like you went into the second quarter. Looking like a very competitive Southland Conference match. We will be back after this break to talk to you about the first half of this Southland Conference basketball game.
What do you love most about being a student athlete at Southeastern?
So I chose teammates for life because on our golf team, nobody's from the same spot, but the friendships we've made once we graduate, I know we'll always be friends, we'll always see each other, we'll always come back and visit.
The Southland Conference, 13 member institutions, over 4,200 student athletes, achieving success in the classroom while excelling in 19 NCAA Division I sports. and making a difference through serving others and giving back to the community. Determination, hard work, commitment, excellence, and collaboration. Together, we are Southeastern Strong!
Yeah.
I like the mute button. Yeah. That was the only part I liked about it, because like we just like didn't talk to each other.
Yeah, you can. I mean.
Welcome back to the Southeastern Sports Network coverage of the Southland Conference matchup between the Southeastern Louisiana Lady Lions and the University of Central Arkansas Sugar Bears. We are here with a tie game, and we have a lot to say about that. But before we do that, we want to talk a little bit about the Southland Conference standings, as this is a crucial game for both teams. Both teams coming with a 4-5 record. Tyler, talk to me a little bit about why this is so critical.
Well, it's so huge because the top 8 make it to the tournament.
Right.
So you look at where we're at, we're in there. So if we win this game today, we're in 7th place. And that's huge. We'll be in there. And it's so to be able to play for a Southland championship and a bid into the NCAA tournament, that's huge.
Which is the ultimate golden ticket of any trip to any conference tournament. But it's an interesting thing for the Southeastern Louisiana team because they were near the bottom of the standings a couple weeks ago, but they've put together a couple back-to-back wins. They have a 3-game homestand here, including this game. So this has the potential to turn into the type of momentum-changing game that could lead the Lady Lions into the Southland Conference. And once you get there, who knows what will happen.
Yeah, and it's so huge to think about like the way they've come together and the way they've played, and they've built this team and they've built this chemistry and they've built this bond, and they're playing very well together so far, and they're building I'd say a team that if you put them in the tournament, there's no team that's safe.
Right. Nobody wants to play them, absolutely. And for a team that, lost a bid to the conference tournament in the last 48 hours of the season last year, I'm sure this is something that they would look to accomplish as a team. That would mean a lot to them. Now, let's transition to what we saw in the first half between these two teams. Tyler, talk to me about it. What did you see?
Yeah, Southeastern on the offensive side, we weren't creating the shots that we normally are able to create. UCA was doing a great job of keeping us guarded on the perimeter. We weren't able to get open unless we were inside. But we were able to draw fouls on the inside. We were able to convert on some good free throws, some and ones. And so, we didn't play badly on the offensive end, but it wasn't the offense that we came in and probably wanted to play.
It was certainly a sloppy game. Mm-hmm. That was not something I expected between the two teams looking at their season stats, but they were both just foul after foul after foul, free throws, fouls on the court. And, it's pretty incredible that they put up 27 points given how slow the pace was in the first half. So we'll see. I'm sure both teams right now are talking and saying that they need to be more disciplined and foul less. But talk to me a little bit about what you've seen from our leading scorer tonight, Caitlin Williams.
She's been so aggressive inside. She's posting up, she's getting her body on the defender, and she's making the defender, have to grab her to stop her. And she's, gotten a bunch of free throws. She's converted on a couple and ones. She's had a great night so far, and she's just been really strong in the paint, and she's doing exactly what you would want from one of your biggest and strongest players.
And she has 10 points. Second leading scorer on the Lions is 4. So she has done a bulk of the scoring for the Lions here. Over 35% of the scoring mathematically. I did that math in my head. Give me some credit, Tyler. That was difficult. Now let's move to the Central Arkansas side of things. And a player that I really didn't think we were going to talk about much, Alana Kennedy, has been a force for the Sugar Bears. She has got very low into the post. They're throwing it into her with excellent inbound passes by Taylor Sells, and she has 4 free throws converted on all 4, and she's just forcing you to guard her down low, which is opening up everything for her teammates.
Yeah, it seems like Southeastern wasn't, when you play these teams that you don't see a lot, and you play the college basketball, sometimes people that you may leave under the radar. And it seems like she's probably one of those people, getting inside and making plays and exploiting holes in the Southeastern defense. And she's been very good from the line, and it's huge.
And let's talk a little bit about something that was not overly positive in the first half, but we're looking to change in the second, and that is the performance of our leading scorer, senior leader, Celica Sterling.
Yeah, she was a little too aggressive, I think. She wasn't giving herself the patience to create her shots. She was kind of just throwing it up there, making some mental mistakes, a little bit of lapse on her side. But, man, she's so good, and she's so talented, and she's still aggressive. She's playing the same style that she usually plays. She's just a little bit, off and a little bit more aggressive than she should be.
And, for every 23, 24-point game that you have these games where in the first half you shoot 0 for 3, 0 for 4, 0 for 5, and personally, I'm not overly concerned about the 0 for 7 shooting in the first half. She'll get it going. She's incredibly skilled. She her ball handling is superb. She's a great passer. She is the best three-point shooter at this team, on this team, and by the end of the year, she might be the best three-point shooter the team's ever had, to be quite honest. Now, as we look at the shooting splits, both teams performing about as you would expect based on season shooting. It's just been the fouls that have been a little out of the ordinary. Now, one thing, Lady Lions shooting 25% on threes, only shooting 4 for the game. How do you feel about that?
They're not getting the spots they need. They're not open on the perimeter, and it's hurting them. It's hurting their chances, it's hurting their opportunities, and they're just, they're not putting themselves in the position to make those shots or to even attempt those shots. And if they did attempt those shots, they'd be, probably misses, low percentage shots. So it's just not working out.
Well, one thing that I've seen is that they've been kicking the ball out, both teams. They get the ball, they move it around the three-point line looking for that three-point shot, but they've both done an excellent job on defense containing the other team. And that's the one thing that we kept saying in the first half was that defensively both teams came here to play, and they clearly did their homework. They clearly had a game plan, and I think this is going to be a classic case of halftime adjustments, plugging in our show there, but who's going to make the better halftime adjustments and come into the second half firing? Yeah. We have less than 60 seconds to go. Sorry to interrupt you there, Tyler.
I see Southeastern coming out here and getting their game on offensively. Ayla's a great coach after halftime.
Right.
You've seen her adjustments. She's playing great. And you look at UCA, you'd probably think that if you looked at the splits and the size, you'd think Southeastern was the favorite to win this. So I think that, the favorite will come out and Southeastern will play better. They'll play better basketball. And I think Southeastern will have a good second half. I really hope, though, they do. But UCA is a formidable opponent.
Well, you just hope that all of the statistics go back to the norm. Specifically, free throw shooting, 57% for the Lady Lions. On a sizable volume, 7. So 4 of 7 shooting, that is not typical of the Lady Lions. They are 75-77% for the year, and they have a lot of very skilled players, 25% from 3. If they're able to fix those things, continue forcing turnovers, this will turn around quickly.
Another thing that I wanted to talk about, UCA may be shooting 9 for 24, but statistically, their average is higher than what they normally did. I mean, we looked at it, they were shooting like 20%.
Absolutely. And the one thing they've been able to do at a high level since the beginning of the game is force turnovers. That's what we talked about all pregame as the game is about to begin with the Sugar Bears taking possession and now going the opposite end of the court. And number 4, Taylor Sells, takes the ball in. I wouldn't expect it any other way. Excellent ball handler, leading as there is a foul on the floor.
No.
And it looks like Morgan Carrier was hit there, draws the foul, and she put a forearm into Morgan Carrier's head, it looks like.
She's up.
I have a feeling that will only motivate her, given what I know about Morgan Carrier.
And she's walking it off, but she does look. Man, how strong do you have to be to take an elbow to the face and just walk it off?
Well, Morgan Carrier, as good an example as any, that the leader of a team isn't necessarily the leading scorer, and the heart of the team doesn't have to be what would be quote-unquote the best player based on stats. She's not the leading scorer, but she is absolutely the heart and soul of this team, and they go as she goes. She brings the energy, she brings the swag, and she brings the toughness. I mean, they're going to make sure she's okay there, as she is shaking it off, about to go into the game, taking possession for her Lady Lions.
She reminds me a lot of Jared Dudley.
Jared Dudley.
In the sense that she's that veteran presence that is there and will score and will turn it on, but she's, and I say veteran presence, she has a lot of time on this team she's played.
Right. Only a sophomore.
Yeah, but still, she's been there.
Right.
And so, and she's got that leadership mentality, and she's got that strength, but she will turn it on, and she will be aggressive. And she reminds me of him in that sense. And so I think that's a great comparison for her. I
could certainly see that. I mean, that esque of player, P.J. Tucker, that type of thing, the toughness, the skill, the shooting. And the thing about her is that she doesn't back down. They could be playing the Los Angeles Sparks, and I don't think that Morgan Carrier would have a problem with that. Honestly, I don't think any of them would.
Same amount of aggression.
Right. Nothing intimidates them, and you see that from all the leaders of this team. Alexis Horn, the leading scorer, obviously, number 20, Celica Sterling, Jaya Francis. They don't back down. They're not intimidated, and I expect to see that in the second half, and I have a good feeling if your half starts with Morgan Carrier drawing a foul, I think that's a good omen for what's to come.
Yeah, for sure. And you look at this team, they're built on that grit.
Right.
That grind, that we're going to come out and we're going to fight as hard as possible. We may not win, but we're going to put our hearts out there. And, sometimes that's all you can ask from a basketball team is that they put every bit of their heart out there. If a win comes, but they're playing the game of basketball to its full extent, and they're doing very, they're playing that aggressive style that you want to see right now.
And a bit of a longer timeout than we were anticipating here on the floor, but we're going to come back soon with the Southeastern Sports Network. It looks to me, Tyler, like they're discussing whether or not the play was a technical.
Yeah. It just ended up, I think they called it a regular foul.
Just a regular foul on the floor. And now we will have the Lady Lions taking possession of the basketball after that physical foul taken by Morgan Carrier.
Yeah, and as much as you like to see players get what they deserve on the court, it's good to see there wasn't a technical called there. I mean, it was just basketball. Sometimes arms go places that they shouldn't, and you just move on. She's back on the court. She's good. She looks fired up as ever.
She's setting hard screens on the left side as she uses the pin screen to get the open three-pointer on the left wing. Hits the front of the rim, and that is a defensive rebound here for the Sugar Bears as number 4, Sells, pushes the ball up the court off the left to number 42, their leading rebounder, and that'll be Hannah Langhe. She still has the ball, passes it to Sells, resets the offense. Langhe with the screen at the left. Sells does not take it. She takes the screen on the right, and now she is pushing the ball into the post. Kicks it out to Langhe, who kicks it out for the fake three-pointer. Now Sells gets the ball. 3 on the shot clock. 3, 2, 1, and Langhe takes it. No good. Defensive rebound, Lady Lions.
A great defensive possession for the Lady Lions there. Celica Sterling was on the entire court, it seemed like.
And there's Alexis Horn handling the ball as she so often does for this Lady Lions team. Calling for a play. Morgan Carrier drives to the right. Contact, and no good. Defensive rebound. And there is a foul call on the floor.
Foul on number 33.
On number 33, the starting center, Aminat Jubril.
Morgan Carrier came off the court, and it looked like she was in pain.
Well, that was it was incidental, but it was hard. She went down hard, she hit the ground, and she was holding her face immediately. So they're going to go ahead and make sure she's okay as the Sugar Bears take the ball. Number 4, Taylor Sells, continuing to survey the floor as she has all game. Moves herself onto the right wing, kicks it out to number 12 at the top of the key. Takes the left screen, rolling. She has the rolling man. Number 42, top of the key, inside.
That's
Foul.
definitely an adjustment that was made by the Lady Lions. They were playing so much more aggressive defensively.
They're double teaming on the post.
It is.
As there's a travel call on number 2, Ayanna Trigg.
They're just not letting UCA go anywhere with the ball.
Well,
that's what you need.
They instituted a double team coming out of halftime, which I think you need to do when you're giving up those fouls and easy shots inside.
When you have players that are so fast and are so aware of their surroundings, you can pull off every player on the team's double team. You see people getting back, going forward. I mean, they're playing that to perfection.
Absolutely. As leading scorer that is Alexis Horn. Leading in assists, though, as she draws the foul.
What a good foul, but she almost knocked in the shot, too.
Just was not meant to be, went in and out, but she will get 2 free throws, and she's a very good free throw shooter on the season, and she's 3rd in the Southern Conference in assists. We haven't really given her the love that I think she deserves. Alexis Horn does so much for this Lady Lions basketball team, game in and game out.
I mean, she has been incredible so far this season, and she's been playing like she's been here a long time, but she's only a freshman. So it shows.
I forgot that until you just mentioned it.
Yeah.
I knew it, but you forget it watching her play because she's so poised.
She doesn't play like she's a freshman, and so it's so impressive to watch her intimidation she causes on the defense, and just the way she plays offense, handling the ball. I mean, she's so impressive.
I just had to do a double take and look at the stat sheet to confirm she was a freshman. 0 for 2 from the free throw line, though. So we've gone over 2 minutes without a basket here in the third quarter of this basketball game, but we'll see if that changes quickly. Taylor Sells kicks out to number 42, Langhe. Back to number 12, draws right, back to Sells. The right wing takes the left screen. And the Sugar Bears are just moving the ball around the top of the key, but it doesn't look like they're getting any shots of significance. As number 12, Carly Hudspeth takes the highly contested mid-range baseline jumper. Defensive rebound, Alexis Horn.
That is 3 straight defensive possessions where the Lions haven't allowed, UCA to get in.
And Celica Sterling there gets on the board with her contested mid-range jumper with a pretty dribble behind her back after the near turnover. And Celica Sterling now has scored. Look out, Sugar Bears, this could be bad.
You see this, they're doing the same thing they've been doing defensively the past 3 or 4 possessions. They weren't allowing anyone to get inside, and that's a travel. They're still not allowing anyone to get in that paint, and that's paying huge dividends so far. I don't think UCA hasn't scored this entire quarter. And there's only been 2 points scored this entire quarter.
Right, and they just came about 60 seconds ago by virtue of our leading scorer, Celica Sterling. But a team that shoots 20% from 3, if you can force them to not be able to score in the post, force them to take those 3-pointers, you're pretty much guaranteed to win, and that's what the Lady Lions are looking to do here in this second half. Celica Sterling gets the ball at the top of the key.
When you're a 20% shooting team on the season, you want the defense to not let you shoot.
And there's Celica Sterling. Do we have a leading scorer heating up with the floater, Steph Curry-esque, from the right wing? And now the Lady Lions with a 31-27 lead. This could be big. 4 Sells, drives, takes the contested mid-range jumper. That is no good. Defensive rebound.
Another phenomenal defensive possession.
Celica Sterling has a head of steam, driving down to the right wing, contested mid-range jumper. And that is 3 straight baskets for your leading scorer, Celica Sterling.
He's heating up.
Celica Sterling walking off the court like this is just a casual day at the office off the timeout. What a phenomenal start to the second half. We are going to be back here for the Southeastern Sports Network right after this break. Tyler Thomas, Adam Cortez, thank you. Welcome back to the Southeastern Sports Network. Sorry if we sound a little bit excited here, but Celica Sterling has just converted 3 straight field goals here to take the 33-27 lead, and that's what leading scorers do. They score. Tyler, how are you feeling right now?
She got a little Cane's chicken in her when she went to the halftime. She went to the locker room, and she's out here playing. She's she's scored all the points this quarter.
Well, she's trying to get that 60-point threshold to get more Cane's chicken after the game by virtue of that Cane's challenge. Sells drives into the heart of the defense.
What a great foul there. That's the type of foul you want to see.
Sells draws the physical foul on the highly contested layup attempt. And Taylor Sells, we haven't talked about her a lot because this has been a very high-paced game, but she leads the team in points, assists, and she is pretty much the catalyst of everything they do. She has the ball almost all the time. She's lightning fast, and she has turned the ball over a fair bit tonight, but this Sugar Cats team I don't think could function without her.
No, and she's done a great job of getting the ball on the perimeter and causing, setting the pick, grabbing the pick, reading it, and letting the defender inside get the ball in.
As the first free throw is no good there.
But she's done a great job so far. The turnovers, Southeastern's done a great job of getting her in transition. And we'll see if they can keep it going. But UCA has the first point in the quarter.
There it is, 33-28. And Taylor Sells who's counting, but she has 2 assists and 4 turnovers. So this Lady Lions defense has done their job in containing the best player of the Sugar Bears as Charlie Dugas kicks it to guess who, Celica Sterling. And she is dribbling with a type of competitiveness and confidence that we have yet to see this game. She wants to score again. And Alexis Horn resets the ball at the top of the key, takes the screen to the left. She does not take it, waves it off into the heart of the defense, draws the foul.
What a hard foul.
Wow, that was very, very physical.
She did a whole flip. Man, the Lady Lions are playing with an aggression that we haven't seen in a while. But they came out and they were ready to play this half.
Well, this is a team that wants to make the Southland Conference tournament. I mean, every team does, but for this team particularly, they want to do it for head coach Ayla Gazzardo. They want to do it to remedy what happened last year, and they're well on their way to doing it. As Alexis Horn takes the first free throw, that is no good.
And see, you hear the University Center, but actually you don't, because there's nothing. And that's because we get silent for free throws around here.
The well-disciplined University Center here as Alexis Horn attempts the second, and it is good. So that is now 34-28 Lady Lions. They are on the cusp of pulling away in this game. We'll see if they can continue what they were doing earlier, which is basically just give the ball to Celica and watch her work.
Yeah, and you see Southeastern still got the same defensive set, looking to try to keep them out of the paint. And foul on Southeastern here, but still playing aggressive defense. Those fouls will come.
And the foul was on 25, Caitlin Williams, and that's going to happen when you're defending the other team's biggest player. You're just going to get a little too physical sometimes, and I'm sure that's a foul that they will take as Caitlin Williams subs out of the game for starting center number 33, Aminat Jubril.
Jaya Francis back in, and she's going to look to possibly remedy some of her woes she's had lately.
And there is number 4, Taylor Sells. Waiting to see what the foul call is. I did not see much. It was off ball. And it was on the Lady Lions.
I think it was on Alexis Horn.
It was on Jaya Francis. Number 12, Jaya Francis, off ball, foul.
The referee said 2-1. I thought she said 3-1.
And now we have the Sugar Bears looking to inbound the ball. There it is to number 10. She goes inside, hop step.
What good defense
No
there.
good. Great defense by Jaya as they push the ball. Fast break, number 31, Alexis. She is pushing the ball right hand, looking to keep this fast pace going for the Lions. And now we have a lot of ball movement as number 55, Haley Giarratano, draws the foul there.
That was a good foul draw. You pushed in, you knew what was coming from it. You knew you wanted to get them. You knew you wanted them to be able to get hands on you. That's what you wanted, and that's what they did.
And that is the third consecutive foul call on the floor here in this game as the pace is slowing down from that just fire-hot pace we saw to start the third quarter, mainly because of the heroics of Celica Sterling.
Yeah, and she's maybe not scoring the most. She's had a couple, hot baskets, but she's been everywhere defensively. And on offense, she's been a catalyst for some of the points that we've seen from other players.
Well, I mean, she scored 6 points in about 60 seconds, so that just shows you the kind of skill that she possesses that she can bring to the table. She can get hot at any time, and when you have somebody like that on your team to go along with the court vision of number 31, and that would be Alexis Horn, the super freshman, you have the recipe for a great team.
Yeah, and with Morgan Carrier, Alexis Horn, and a lot of other players, Bernasia Adams coming back, and still, Alexis Horn and Bernasia Adams are both freshmen.
Right.
So you have the foundation here at Southeastern for what could be a women's basketball dynasty.
That's how it seems. I mean, you don't want to get too excited, but when you realize that she's a freshman, she's third in the Southland in assists, and she's a true point guard, and she has size for the position, especially here in women's basketball. She has a lot of size to be handling the ball. She has excellent court vision. She's not afraid to take risky passes, as we saw at the beginning. She'll lead you to the inside. We haven't seen that as much recently, but what a wonderful, wonderful player to have for the next few seasons here at Southeastern.
I'm telling you. And one of the stats I want to look at is points in the paint. Southeastern has scored 8 more points in the paint than UCA has, but UCA has...
And there we have more points in the paint by Jaya Francis.
Yeah.
Right as you said that, bullies her way.
18-8.
18-8. bullies her way into the inside and gets points in the way only Jaya Francis can.
So it's looking like most of UCA's points are coming off those free throws. 7 of them, that's 1/4 of their points are coming off free throws.
And there is a foul on number 5, Charlie Dugas, on the floor. Got a little handsy there with the defense. And, you know, I'm not a referee, but I think that they're getting a little whistle happy here.
Yep. They've been playing, they started this game off letting them play. But they've turned and,
Well, they're now doing the opposite, and they are trying to make this a women's basketball game that will take about 6 hours at this rate if we keep having fouls on the floor every 27 seconds.
hey, look, they want to make it 6 hours. We'll stay on air for 6 hours. We'll talk about basketball for 6 hours.
Yes, we will. We will talk about basketball for 6 hours. Thank you, Tyler, for making me agree to that. And now we have the Southeastern Lady Lions. That 8-point lead has just been cut to 6, 36-30. Lady Lions inbound the ball to Alexis Horn. The freshman, I just want to say that every possession now, the freshman, what a lucky team we are. She takes the ball up to the top of the court and passes it to the left side to Celica Sterling. Right side now, Charlie Dugas is there, moving the ball around the top of the key, trying to enter that into the post. Celica taking the contested fall-away three-pointer. That is 9 points in this third quarter for Celica Sterling, but who is counting?
We are.
We are, correct. As the Sugar Bears looking to get some of that magic for themselves, resetting the ball at the top of the three-point line. Steal by Charlie Dugas. She is all alone in the fast break. Stops, jump stop, left-handed layup, no good. Defensive and they let it go out of bounds. That will be Sugar Bears ball.
What a steal, though. That's the type of thing you want. I mean, you push the ball, that's momentum.
That is momentum. And you know what else is momentum? Fade away three-pointers with a hand in your face by your leading scorer. That will do it.
I'm telling you. She's our whole offense this quarter, and it's been beautiful to watch.
I'm not sure I've ever watched a player for this Lady Lions program as fun to watch as Celica Sterling, just from a fan standpoint. She's so skilled, and she takes very, very fun shots. As number 12, that will be Carly Hudspeth, takes the shot on the right wing. She drives inside, gets a rebound, and converts on the floater.
We'll talk about that effort from Jaya Francis, though. I mean, she pushed in, and she looked like a train coming in for that rebound. She couldn't grab it, but man.
Number 31, that will be Alexis Horn dribbling it up. Alexis Horn at the top of the key, going to the left side. Celica Sterling, will she do it again? She will not. Entry pass to Jaya. Jaya with, that is a jump ball.
Possession stays with Southeastern.
Jaya Francis trying to bully her way into the paint as she has that knee brace on her right knee. Has to check out of the game here after that physical play down low. Number 33, Aminat Jubril checks in for the Lions. And here we have the inbound by Horn.
And if you were in attendance tonight, you can actually get an Aminat Jubril trading card.
Yes, you can.
I mean, that's one I want to add to the binder.
There it is. That could be worth a lot of money in the future. And Celica Sterling, left hand.
You get it autographed.
I get it autographed. With the contested floater as the shot clock winded down, she really had no choice, and now that'll be Sugar Bear basketball.
One thing I'm liking for this Southeastern Lions offense is they're getting aggressive in the paint, and they're taking shots that is them. That's their identity.
And they're not afraid. They're playing in a way that says we want to win this game, and we want to do it in a physical, hard-nosed way if our threes aren't falling. And there you have the left wing. That is number 22, Alana Kennedy, the free throw magician from the first half with the pretty mid-range shot. Long two more so than mid-range. And now we have Alexis Horn bringing the ball up the court, surveying the floor, trying to add to that Southland Conference third-place assist total. Kicks it to Celica Sterling.
Alexis Horn is a local girl. She's a Denham Springs freshman.
As Charlie Dugas misses the three from Denham Springs. I did not know that.
It's so impressive that Ayla was able to find such a diamond, in Baton Rouge, in Denham Springs, that area. I mean, it shows that the skill of our recruiters, the skill of our head coach, and also the skill of Alexis Horn to be the starting point guard on our basketball team this early.
As a true freshman, she was starting for Denham Springs last year. What a incredible story. And now we had a foul there on Charlie Dugas as she comes out of the game for number 3, Morgan Carrier, bringing that trademark swag back into the game. Now we have 2 free throws here for number 0, Brianna Trigg, one of a set of sisters that the Central Arkansas team employs in their starting lineup with her sister Ayanna Trigg. That is no good. The Lions lead stays at 5 for now. We'll see if it gets down to 4 with this free throw attempt.
The University Center is rocking right now, getting loud.
And there's a defensive rebound on the missed free throw. The University Center is a great place to play for these Lady Lions, and they are seeing why now. Right side, Celica Sterling. Back to Alexis Horn, dribbling to the left. Looking to survey the floor, get a good shot, try to expand this lead. Morgan Carrier faking the ball. Down to 55. There it is, 33. The trading card herself, Aminat Jubril, with the easy two-pointer.
Making the value go up with every shot.
And there was the assist by Haley Giarratano with the great vision there.
Man, they're playing aggressive defense inside.
And there we have the other sister, number 2, Ayana Trigg, there with the right-handed baby hook. And here we have Alexis Horn taking the ball down the court. Sets up at the top of the key. Morgan Carrier back to her. A lot of ball movement here by these Lady Lions. They're not afraid to move the ball and try to get a great shot off of a good shot.
Morgan
Carrier trying to draw the foul.
There was a foul there.
I would tend to agree with you, but now we have the Sugar Bears with the missed free throw by their leading scorer. Push it ahead to Morgan Carrier. She's looking to redeem, and she does. 3 points off of the fast
with that
break.
Beautiful Euro step.
Wonderful. She tried to just close that ground so they couldn't get to her, and she did. Morgan Carrier, the heartbeat of this Lady Lions team. As the Sugar Bears go to the right wing, that's number 0, Brianna Trigg. Travel by Brianna Trigg.
Another travel. The Lady Lions defense has caused so many turnovers tonight. It's been a clinic defensively.
This has been an excellent quarter for the Lady Lions. What was a tie game at 27, they've now ballooned to 43. So that's pretty impressive if you're keeping score. That is by far their highest score so far this game. Alexis Horn with the right hand dribble to the right side.
And if we got a little Canes tracker, I don't know if we do. I don't know if we have that technology yet. But we're only 17 points away from buy one get one free Canes.
Looking good for that Canes challenge, but not looking good there on the pass by Horn. That is a turnover. And now we have the Sugar Bears with the drive into the lane off the fake. And number 0, Brianna Trigg, misses that layup. Jump ball, that will be possession arrow that will stay with the Sugar Bears.
What a great quarter from the Lady Lions so far, though. Defensively and offensively.
With 13 seconds here, I'd like to see them not allow points here, go in with that 7-point lead and try to balloon it early in the fourth. Try to put this game away before they have a chance to close it again.
If you're the Lady Lions, you don't want to necessarily try for a turnover.
And they're the missed shot, defensive rebound, Lady Lions.
And that's what you do. And you just dribble the clock out. We go to the fourth quarter, up 7. And if you're the Lady Lions, you're comfortable with where you're at. You're excited about it, and we'll see what happens.
And 43-36 is the score here. Lady Lions up. Thank you for watching the Southeastern Sports Network. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Call the Southeastern Ticket Office for more information.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Welcome back to the Southeastern Sports Network as we start the fourth and final quarter here at the University Center. The Lady Lions are up 43-36 on the Central Arkansas Sugar Bears by virtue of a wonderful third quarter in which they took that lead after coming in tied at 27. What did you see, Tyler?
I mean, Celica Sterling turned it on. She had 4 shots that quarter. She was a pillar on defense and just making a lot of great plays. And the Lions also didn't allow UCA to get inside and bully them in the paint.
Right. And she had 9 points. The rest of the Lions combined for 7. So that just shows you the power that Celica Sterling can bring to this team when she is hot. And there she has the ball in her hands, dribbling left, Crossover back to number 31, Alexis Horn. And there Alexis Horn takes the right screen, top of the key, dribbles left into the teeth of the defense. And that will be a charge on Alexis Horn.
Alexis Horn winced her face like she knew.
I hate to say it, I do agree with the call there.
Yeah, me too.
The shoulder was down, and both feet left the ground for the Sugar Bear that took that charge.
That's one of the few.
One of the few. A lot of calls on the floor here that have been controversial, to say the least, as the Sugar Bears push the ball up the court. Number 4, Taylor Sells, resets at the top of the key. Dribbling with that right hand, looking to close this 7-point lead that she now finds her Sugar Bears in. Try to get to 5-5 in the Southland Conference. And now we have the ball zipping around the top of the key. Number 42, Hannah Lange, cross-court pass. And there we have one of the sisters, Brianna Trigg, missing the layup, offensive rebound, jump ball, possession arrow, Southeastern.
My favorite type of basketball right there. Just aggressive, pushing the pace. I mean, it's so much fun to watch.
Sorry, I misspoke there. Possession arrow stays with Central Arkansas.
See, it seems like all the players thought the same thing you did. So
that possession arrow and its magical ways just continue to elude me, Tyler, but we'll get it down. We'll get it down.
Eventually.
One of these days. As number 4, Taylor Sells, takes the ball in at the baseline, the left baseline to be specific, as she throws a somewhat risky pass to number 12, Carly Hudspeth, but that's okay. It worked out. Now kicks it to Ayanna Trigg. And we would have surely caught it given our athletic phenom ability.
That's why we're here.
That's right. Morgan Carrier with a defensive rebound to number 31, Alexis Horn. Back at the top of the key.
She's such a good field general when she has that basketball.
She has some Chris Paul tendencies up there. She just always is in command of what's going on. Celica Sterling out to Morgan Carrier. Morgan Carrier with the ball fake.
What a shot.
Celica Sterling with the three-pointer. That is now 12 points. Tyler, how many points did she have at halftime?
0.
How many points does she have now?
12.
And that's what we like.
Yeah, we like to see that.
Alexis Horn bringing the ball up the court. Cross-court, one-armed pass to Morgan Carrier. Morgan with the jump step. No foul call, but she was trying to draw it as an offensive rebound to number 33. That's Amana Jubril, turnover. Sugar Bears driving down the court. Euro step.
Ooh.
No good.
What
defensive
a pretty
rebound.
move, but Southeastern defense holds.
Celica Sterling slowing that pace down, bringing the ball up the court.
I'm so impressed with our defense this half.
It has been great.
They have just been playing super, super strong, and they've just been where they need to be.
And Alexis Horn passing it to Celica, who gives it to Morgan Carrier. And Celica saves that pass from going out of bounds. Contested mid-range, just rims out. Offensive rebound by 25. That is Caitlin Williams. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, I mean, she's been playing so well in the post tonight in the paint. And with the rebounds, getting the ball inside, scoring, free throws. I mean, she's just done it all tonight.
Absolutely. And there she has the ball driving in. Stopping with that low post move. Jumper.
And we're all of a sudden we're up 12.
12-point lead. Thank you. 25. That would be Caitlin Williams with the close range jumper. Now we have the Sugar Bears trying to close this 12-point lead with just 7 minutes to go in this game. And there we have their team leader driving in. And that'll be a travel.
Yeah, that's easy.
I could be wrong, but I believe that is the 5th travel call on the Sugar Bears tonight.
It's been a lot. You can hear the guys in the back. You can't do that. You cannot do that. And that will give the ball right back to Southeastern. And the Southeastern defense has been clicking on another level this half.
They've just got their rhythm on both ends, and they're letting that flow into each other. What a great shot on offense turns into a great possession on defense, and that turns into a 12-point lead. We will now look to improve that 12-point lead to 14, 15, who knows, maybe 16.
21-9 second half score.
21-9. What a run by the Lions here. Celica Sterling playing fast, playing hard, playing aggressive. Pull-up three-pointer. It is good.
She's money.
Celica Sterling, 15 points in the second half to lead her Lions to the Canes Challenge.
Hey, look, she wants that chicken. She's like Marshawn Lynch. She's taking care of her chicken, all right? She's out here. She's balling now. She's up to 15. it's impressive right
and
now.
almost as importantly, she is taking care of her Lions, giving them that 15-point lead like we predicted just a few minutes ago. We will be going to a quick break here on the Southeastern Sports Network. We will be back with the last 6 minutes of the fourth quarter here. 15-point lead, Lady Lions. Welcome back to the Southeastern Sports Network. The energy in this arena is just electric, especially right behind us here with the close fans, as the Lions have taken a 15-point lead, 51-36. And Tyler, tell me who is responsible for this lead.
I think it's Sterling. I mean, she scored 15 points in just this half alone.
That would be a correct guess?
I mean, she has just exploded. And she's played such efficient basketball tonight.
She was 0 for 7 in the first half, but you would not know it based on the way she played, and scorers score. She just has not cared.
And look, that's what you have to do when you're a shooter. You get out of those slumps. You pull yourself out. There's no one else that can pull you out except for yourself, and that's what she's done tonight.
And just keeping that eternal faith, it's been so impressive, as now we have number 4, Taylor Sells, handling the ball, kicking it close range off the left wing. Blocked there by Southeastern on number 22. And she converts with the offensive rebound. That was number 22, Alana Kennedy, who has had herself a very solid game there with 10 points. And now we have Alexis Horn at the top of the key.
She's been there and she's been aggressive and she's been getting those. She had this free throw. She was 4 for 4 at one point.
Absolutely.
And so she's been playing incredible.
And the Lady Lions will look to keep their foot on the proverbial neck of the Sugar Bears here as they want to expand this lead. And then they'll be able to take the foot off the gas the last couple minutes of this game. And here we have Alexis Horn keeping the pace slow, driving in. That is no good. Defensive rebound, Sugar Bears.
If you're playing that way though, that slow pace, trying to get a shot, you don't mind those shots. Clear it on the floor.
And there we have Taylor Sells with
33.
the number. Foul on number 33,
Taylor
Sells. But that will be a foul on the floor, no basket. Third team foul there on Southeastern. They'll look to stay out of the bonus with this 13-point lead that they have worked to gather. Turnover, will it be a turnover? It is.
Yes.
Lady Lions basketball as Jaya Francis checks into the game.
Hey, look, that's another turnover.
There we go. The Lady Lions are playing Lady Lion basketball. It's what you like to hear. It's very simple, but it is very powerful. And they need to continue to keep the foot on the gas, not the throat, and just continue to play this slow-paced, methodical, half-court offense that they've been playing. And it's worked so far, so keep doing it. Caitlin Williams inbounds to Alexis Horn. They're looking to trap her in the corner, and she kicks it out to Celica, who goes back to Alexis, and they are trying to press.
Good job getting it across.
Missing Morgan on the cut on the back end, but that's okay. They get the ball across the half-court. And here we have Celica Sterling looking to take advantage of this man coverage. She does.
She's incredible.
17 points, now 4 points above her season scoring average. What an incredible game by Celica Sterling. Just shows you what goes on in her mind, the mind of a scorer. And there we have a personal foul on number 3. Blocking foul on Morgan Carrier.
Sometimes you just have to take those hard fouls.
I mean, you take that with the energy that Morgan Carrier brings. You take those hard fouls. That's just part of her game.
And you keep playing.
Inbound to number 20 for the Sugar Bears, quickly back to
These
Sells.
Lady Lions are leaving it all on the court tonight.
And turnover by Sells. Yet another turnover forced by these Lady Lions. Good time to be a Lady Lion right now with this 15-point lead. Alexis Horn looking to trap her yet again. She dribbles out of the trap. She pushes it ahead to Morgan. Morgan looking for the the pass gets broken up by number 22 of the Sugar Bears. Now driving back, there was a foul on the court.
This game has been aggressive.
Looks like that'll be on Jaya Francis. She had fouled number 0. Morgan Carrier, her second personal on number 0, Brianna Trigg.
She took a hit. These girls are leaving it everywhere.
Well, they've been running. I mean, the fast break has been very physical. They've been getting in front of each other, blocking fouls, forcing charges.
The referees are currently discussing the foul and what goes on. They're going to review this. I believe they're going to review whether it was a 10-quarter.
A technical on Morgan Carrier would be no good. She is the heart and soul of this team, and she has had a huge hand with her 7 points in this game. She causes turnovers, she takes charges, she scores points, and she provides swag and free throws. We need Morgan Carrier. We'll see what they say.
If you're out there and you're watching right now at home, we may be up 15, but Lions fans, they need your energy. Send all you can send, all the love and support. We got 4 minutes left, and the Lions look to close this one out pretty quickly.
And this is a game that will prove to be huge for the Lady Lions. Like we discussed with the Southland Conference standings, they're 4-5 in Southland play. This will pull them to 500. This will be the first time that they have a chance to get a winning record in Southland Conference play this season. So that would be huge for the momentum of this Lady Lions basketball team.
Especially when you look at the standings.
Right.
I mean, they're pushing hard, and they're making a push for bigger things than just the tournament.
Right. They want to make the tournament, and they think they have a chance to win, and as every team in this conference should feel, but they genuinely feel that they have a chance to win.
Lions fans at home, if you're watching this game right now and you're thinking, wow, we look good right now, wait for the future. We have a long list of great players ready. This Lions basketball team is poised for great things.
Absolutely, could not agree more. As their Morgan Carrier checks out of the game, and now we have the Sugar Bears pushing the ball down the court. That is number 4, Sells, as she kicks it to number 0. Back to number 4, top of the key, down into the mid-range. That will be one of the sisters kicking it to number 10, Terry Crawford. Crawford resets to Sells. And Sells with less than 10 on the shot clock. Air balls, defensive rebound, Lady Lions, and that will be a foul. And the Lady Lions are almost in the bonus.
The Lady Lions have pulled away in the second half. I think it's a 26-11 second half here.
What an impressive display of resilience here by the Lady Lions. Tied in the first half, but they refuse to quit as Caitlin Williams brings it up, gives it to Celica, back to Alexis Horn, and now they cross half court. They will look to take their time, be methodical here with 4 minutes left. And now Alexis drives into the teeth of the defense, kicks out. Jaya Francis with the 3. No good off the front iron. And there we have Sells driving down the court. She slows it down, looks for a good shot, sets it back to the three-point line. And now we have Brianna Trigg losing the ball. Turnover. That'll be a Lady Lion basketball.
Another turnover. I can't say more good things about this Lady Lion defense. I mean, they have been incredible.
It's one thing to be chippy on defense. It's another thing to be good. It's a completely different thing to be both.
Yes.
And the Lady Lions have been both today.
I mean, every time they've got a way to get in, they've got a way to make plays, and they have been spectacular tonight.
And here we have Alexis Horn dribbling the ball down the court, looking to take her time with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game, and with that 15-point lead. Jaya Francis with the jab step, spin move, spins right, under the basket, gets a good look, no good. A lot of energy here in this stadium, resets it back, and there we have Charlie Dugas with the layup, no good. Defensive rebound, Sugar Bears. 2 good looks there by the Lady Lions, but could not convert either. But you gotta love the energy here in the University Center.
Even the band's getting hyped over there.
And there we had Brianna Trigg passing up a wide open 3-point on the corner to drive in, get those free throws.
If you're the Lions, you want to put Central Arkansas in a place where they have to shoot.
Right, and
you have to make them shoot.
They seem to be aware of that, passing up wide open corner threes, easiest 3 statistically and scientifically. So she will get free throws right after this timeout. And that will be Brianna Trigg with the foul on Caitlin Williams. We will be back to you here with the Southeastern Sports Network right after this quick break. Welcome back to the Southeastern Sports Network. Here, the Lions are maintaining their 15-point lead. I'm Adam Cortez, here with my color commentator, the lovely, wonderful Tyler Thomas. Not enough adjectives in the vocabulary to describe my friend, close friend Tyler Thomas.
The feeling is absolutely mutual.
A love fest here commentating the Southeastern Louisiana basketball game. And this has been a fun second half, Tyler. They came in tied, and they've just pulled away. Now that 15-point lead. Couple free throws here for Brianna Trigg. She converts on the first one, but that doesn't take away from what a wonderful second half this has been.
I mean, we have been absolutely dominant. You heard in the stands, in the stadium, the music going. It said, "Here we go now." The Lions had that song playing in the locker room.
Absolutely.
They were "Here we go now" from the beginning of the half.
It's just been playing in their minds. And here we have the Sugar Bears instituting a full court press here to try to cut into this lead, force some turnovers. Now, the risky thing about the press, as you can tell us, Tyler, is that will happen.
You leave someone open down court all the time. And the Lady Lions are getting absolutely excited on the sideline. I mean, when someone gets a basket, I mean, they're jumping up and down. I mean, this team is all in for each other right now.
And there, Aminat Jubril got the wide open shot. There's a turnover by Charlie Dugas.
Another turnover.
And now they don't have time to set up their press. It's going to go back to man coverage here for the Sugar Bears. And now we have Alexis Horn dribbling the ball, taking it right off of the screen by Jaya Francis. The pick and pop game. There's the pop. Jaya Francis gets the ball, kicks it back out to Alexis. Alexis at the top of the key. Inside to Jaya Francis. Jaya Francis spinning off the right shoulder.
She knew what she had. She knew what she had.
Knew what she had. 17-point lead here for the Lady Lions. Jaya Francis with that pretty right shoulder spin move. Now we have number 4 kicking it to the corner. Back to Sells.
We are now at our biggest lead of the night at 17 points. I spoke too soon. We are now tied with our biggest lead of the night.
Back to 50. Well, no longer tied with the biggest lead.
Oh, yeah, sure.
We've been to 17. But 15-point lead is nothing to scoff at with less than 2 minutes to go. Celica Sterling slowing the game down, looking to ride into victory here for the Lady Lions as Alexis Horn does the opposite and sprints into the paint, kicks across to Celica. Wide open baseline jumper.
On fire.
There you go, Celica Sterling, 19 points, all in the second half to take this lead. Excellent defense by Charlie Dugas. She's just everywhere on the court. I often mistake Charlie Dugas and Morgan Carrier for one another just because they play with such infectious energy, both of them. And here we have the Sugar Bears inbounding the ball. And we have one more point here for what we have been talking about all game, and that is the Canes Challenge.
These Lions are about to take care of their chicken right here.
They told Celica Sterling at halftime, if you can get us to 60 points, we will take care of your chicken, Celica. Turnover. Alexis Horn pushing the ball up to Charlie. I'm sorry. Charlie Dugas with the right-handed, no good.
Look, everybody in here is excited. They know what's coming. We're 1 point away. They know.
Just an infectious energy here. My head is spinning watching these Lady Lions play basketball at such a high level. As
we almost lost our table. It's so infectious.
Yes, the table almost came into the ground. And now we have the game being stopped again for another foul on the court. But UCA is in the bonus.
We have a minute to chicken.
To chicken.
They can do it.
So the game, what we are watching here no longer is, will the Lady Lions emerge victorious? Because they will. We are waiting for a 60-point game to see if we will get free chicken.
Yeah, because we know the winner. We know the outcome already. But we don't know whether we're going to get chicken or not.
Right.
And look, it's important.
If Celica has anything to do with it, I think we'll get our chicken. As they miss that first free throw. That is number 22, Alana Kennedy. Goes up for the second. No good. And the Sugar Bears are just falling apart here in this fourth quarter. And Celica pushes the ball up the court. Now, Alexis Horn surely has chicken on her mind, trying to get to that Canes Challenge. And there we have a foul on the floor.
And they will get another shot to put some points on the board. But Adam, I think this game we're able to call this one.
I think so. I think that I would put a sizable amount of my money that I don't have on the Lady Lions. And here we have the Lady Lions with Charlie Dugas at the top of the key. Alexis Horn holding the ball, just waiting for that clock out. And here we have the crowd just getting really involved. The crowd, they love to see these Lady Lions succeed. No good on the three-pointer by Caitlin Williams.
30 seconds.
Tyler, talk to me about this crowd. What's happened in the second half?
They've been so amped. They've been out here. But right now, this crowd wants their chicken.
And there we go into the bonus. We will have an
gosh.
opportunity to get the 60 points for Caitlin Williams on that defensive rebound. Tyler, it's taking every ounce of strength in me not to chant chicken.
If you're watching this at home, you just don't understand the energy in this arena just for some free chicken.
And it's not just the free chicken. It is largely the free chicken, but also the excellent play that the Lady Lions have brought here to the University Center tonight. Caitlin Williams, free throw 1 of 2.
And we have got free chicken.
There we have it. That'll be free chicken for everybody in this arena. 60 points for the Lady Lions. First free throw falls for Caitlin Williams. And fitting for Caitlin Williams to be the person who makes that free throw.
If she was so good
61
in the first
points,
half.
more chicken.
Yes.
More chicken.
I wish that's how it worked.
And we're having fun here at the wind down of this Lady Lions victory. The Sugar Bears are still playing hard. Give them the credit. And there's another turnover.
Steal.
Alexis Horn. Fast break, free layup, and it is good off the right side. Alexis Horn adding to her scoring total.
The energy in this arena is out of hand. 2 seconds left, 1 second left. The Lady Lions take a 21-point victory.
And that is all we have for you here. We have accomplished everything we came here to accomplish. Victory for the Lady Lions. Free chicken for Tyler, myself, and everybody else, but mostly Tyler and myself. Tyler, talk to me about this game.
Man, we played such a good second half. The first half, we had some inconsistencies, but we come out in the second half and we were shooting well. We were playing incredible defense. I think we only let them score 15 points. So, we absolutely and single-handedly dominated the second half. We were able to create a great victory out here, and we're gonna go and look. We're in 7th place now.
Right, and they scored 36 points in the second half to only 15 there by the Sugar Bears. So what a wonderful win to get the Lions to 500 in conference play. Just a great game to commentate, a great game to watch, and we will be right back after a quick break. Thank you for watching the Southeastern Sports Network.
Hello and welcome back, Lady Lions basketball fans. I'm Tyler Thomas, and here I'm with assistant coach Chelsea. And what a phenomenal second half that was. Can you take me through a little bit of what it was like in the locker room in the second half coming into the next?
Absolutely. We talked about basically our game plan. We went over our game plan again. And we talked about how every game you get 2 halves. And it's 0-0, so let's come out and play the way that we should be playing.
Yeah, of course. It's like a completely new game. On that same accord, Celica Sterling had some trouble shooting the basketball in the first half. But she came out and she was quite literally the offense in the second half. I mean, most of it. I mean, they played great, but she was the catalyst. She made the shots, and she was phenomenal. Talk to me about what you guys would, tell a player that's maybe struggling shooting, but is primarily usually y'all's number one scorer.
Absolutely. One thing about Celica, she knows she can score. We know she can score, and she's very, very confident. So one thing people say all the time, shoot or shoot. So Celica knows that she's a shooter. She knows to shoot. All we told her at halftime is you're good, it's going to fall. And she has that confidence. We have that confidence in her. We're going to keep going back to her, and she did what a senior's supposed to do. She got it together and picked it up the second half.
Yeah, I want to talk about my favorite story of Lady Lions basketball. It's Bernasia Adams. She's so much fun to watch. She gets in there. I call her the spark plug. I don't know if she could take that nickname and she can run with it, but that's what I call her. What is it like getting someone in there who's so ready and so young, but she's such a mismatch, and she can create so many things?
Absolutely. Bernasia was a steal for us. One thing we have to work on with her is getting in shape, and she knows that. We all know that. Her biggest thing she needs to overcome is getting in shape. So right now that's what we're working on. That's our biggest thing. But once she's in shape, she's going to be hard to guard in the Southland Conference. There's not many players that we come up against that are going to be able to guard her. I mean, we practice against them in practice, and I'm getting out of the way in practice. And I'm pretty tall myself, so I'm getting out of the way in practice because she has a big body and she knows how to use it.
Yeah, and on that same accord, we talked about freshmen. I want to talk about another freshman, Alexis Horn, primarily the ball handler for y'all's team, and she played phenomenal tonight. I mean, she's been spectacular so far this season. How valuable is it to have someone who's a freshman come in and be such a contributor so early on?
Absolutely. Lex, she's just a different type of player, different type of freshman. It takes a lot of what we ask her. We ask her to be our point guard. We ask her to distribute the ball. We ask her to know the plays. We're asking her to defend the best player. We're asking a lot of her as a freshman. At this point of the season, you say as a coach, you're not a freshman anymore. So she's proving, tonight she had 9 assists. It wasn't going her way offensively scoring, so she knows how to distribute the ball. Lex is a very big factor for us, and she's really, really stepped up.
Yeah, and finally, that's awesome. Finally, my last question. You guys are now in 7th place in the Southland Conference. What is that huge boost and that possibly a push to a tournament run? How is that? How is it impacting y'all's practice? Are you looking forward to that, or is it just normal as business as usual?
Absolutely. So one thing we talk about, we take one game at a time, and we don't talk about standings. All we talk about is the next game. You have to win to get to Katy. So every day at practice, the first thing we talk about when we start practice is we're preparing to go to Katy. In the locker room before the game tonight, first thing we talked about is this is a must-win to go to Katy. Play this game as if you have to win to go to Katy. And I think our last 3 games, they've really, really taken into that, and they've really shown it on the court.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on. This has been Lady Lions basketball on the Southeastern Sports Network. Your Lady Lions take it by a final score of 63-42. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.